The delay in the law of attraction is getting on my nerves. It seems that really good things will happen on a bad feeling moment, and really bad things will happen when I'm feeling really good. And I know
then you're not really in touch with the balance of the way you feel. In other words, we know what you're getting at. The delay meaning the buffer of time. But really, this buffer of time is a good thing, because if things manifested in the moment that you think them, you'd have more to clean up than you do. But let's look at it in this way. So you think a thought, unwanted or wanted, let's say. And in the wanted thought, there's a soft, subtle, good feeling emotion. And if you follow the trail of that, it would become stronger and stronger and stronger. And as the good feeling becomes stronger, you're getting closer and closer to the pleasing manifestation. In like way, if you're thinking a thought, a negative thought, a thought about something unwanted, and you feel a subtle discomfort with it, but then you stay on that track and you continue to construct it and construct it, the negative emotion will become stronger and stronger, and the manifestation that ultimately will come will be unpleasing. So we want to say to you, there is no delay in law of attraction. It's just that a certain amount of thought construction must take place on wanted or unwanted things before the construction becomes something that you see in form of visible manifestation. But there is no delay. There is no delay. It's just that it's a process of building. What makes people feel like there is much more of a delay than there is that they go this way and 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 this way. So you're constructing in two different directions often, which is what makes it feel like the delay. Esther and Jerry have noticed that if both of them get negatively focused on the same subject at the same time and lapse in to the luxury of commenting about it and talking about it, the forcefulness with which the universe delivers an unwanted manifestation is borderline unbelievable. They have made a vow to each other to eradicate these words from their vocabulary. What else could go wrong? Because the universe will say, we have a wheelbarrow full of it, all lined up, ready to give to you. There is no delay in law of attraction. The question is that the time between the offering of the early thoughts and the full-blown manifestation, that time is controlled by you and how you manage the gap between where you are and what you're asking for, you see.
It gets confusing because like work will be really challenging, and a person will be really challenging. And I can quit work, but not work is then you don't have the wonderful joys of the personalities and the people and the interactions and the things that are at work.
But you see, you are offering only two options: put up with something unwanted or walk away from it. And there is another option, which is raise your vibration and attract something different from your work. But you can't raise your vibration if what's happening at your work has your undivided attention. In other words,
negative, the bad. I mean, because the good stuff is okay for it to attract my attention. I mean, if people, there are some pleasing people.
But here's the thing that we want to say to you. You make it sound like there's wanted and unwanted, and you have no choice but to observe all of it. And so since you have no choice to observe all of it, then you've got this mixed bag of vibration going on. And what we are submitting to you is that you have more choice than you are exercising. But the reason it is difficult, and it is, to exercise the choice of looking for the good amidst all of the bad is because if you've been noticing the bad, it's active in your vibration, and that's what law of attraction is dishing up to you. And that's why we're trying to help you to break the evil spell by meditating your way into alignment and then going to work. We're not kidding. In other words, you could, if you get up and you remember the horrible things about work yesterday, and you talk about them with someone in the interim, and you think about them as you drive there. Now what you've done, you've staked your vibrational claim into this hierarchy of vibrational opportunities, and you put yourself right there where you usually are, and the universe, because that's the roadway you've carved out, the universe delivers to you opportunities for you to play that out today. But if you did just this one time, the simple thing of listening to the meditation CD or music or anything that causes you to release your thoughts so that you didn't this morning activate that negative thought. When you get there, not having reactivated the negative thought, you're going to be somewhere else in this vibrational hierarchy of possibilities. And even though you haven't moved that much, your interaction with people at work that day would reflect that difference in your vibration. If tomorrow you meditate again, and the next day you meditate again, and the next day you meditate again, what you begin to notice is that the vortex is training your frequency into a place where you must rendezvous with different. So here you are, ornery and irritated about your work and wanting to quit. And here's all this stuff on your vibrational level. Layers and layers and layers of potential. But
You know where I work.
Here's what's on your level today because of what you thought last night and how you feel today, and because of the vibrational work you've done. There's lots to choose from, but it's all on this vibrational level. Now you listen to the meditation for a day or two. Now you're on this vibrational level. So even though you're at the same place and there's all this variety to choose from, it's all on this vibrational level. Now you listen longer, or you get yourself tuned in. You start really feeling good about other things. You begin changing the way you think about your life in general. Now you go to work and it's all this possibility, but it's all on this vibrational level. You see what we're getting at? And so now here are all these people coming to work, and they're like you. They could be anywhere. Sort of depends on who was bad to them most recently. One of them might be having a really good day that you don't have access to on your bad day. One of them might be having a really bad day that you don't have access to on your good day. In other words, you control who shows up. We're not kidding you. You think you're all just in there together and that they're all static, and that these guys have good personalities and these guys have bad personalities, and these guys are troublemakers and these guys are uplifters. You think that they're static, but they're not. They're like you. They could be anywhere, and are, because most of them are not deliberately creating their life. Most of them got an email this morning that set off their day. You see what we're getting at? Mm-hmm. Where when you decide that you've decided you're going to let the vortex train you into a frequency where not just the people at work, but the people in traffic, not just the people in traffic, but the people at the grocery store, not just the people who will manifest in your life today, but the ideas that you will rendezvous with, that the possibilities that you will rendezvous with. You'll get to the point where you'll be meditating, listening to this, quieting your mind, but letting the vortex train your vibration. And during this process, you'll start having good ideas fire off, because once the vortex trains you upward, you have access to the ideas that are up there where you now are, you see. So there is no lapse in law of attraction. Instant feedback. Instant next thought. 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 It's just that some of you get so detached from your feelings, you're just used to feeling ornery. You put a label over work that goes something like uncontrollable and mostly unpleasant thing that I have to do in order to earn money. That's the opinion that most people have, and it's certainly the vibrational feeling that is present here. And we say, but the potential is huge, you see. You don't have to change jobs. You have to change vibration and evoke differently from your current place. And oh, what a blessing you are to those with whom you co-create. You could single-handedly change the vibrational frequency of any environment in which you consistently focus. But most of you aren't feeling your power. Most people aren't saying, I'm gonna align with energy and I'm gonna focus it into this situation. Instead, you look at the situation, let it give you not what it is. Oh, hear this. You look into a situation and let it give you not what it is, the part that it is that you are. Say. So if you got a sucky job, that's how you're feeling, you see. And the most wonderful employment in the world cannot give you something wonderful if you are taking the vibration from your last sucky job there.
Right.
That's why, in fact, you can't even get the job, you see.